What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and the most anticipated patch notes of this year have finally arrived. So let's dive into it, guys, and let's see what all entails in these things. So a quick summary of the patch notes, guys. We have 4 new uniforms. We got tier 3 for Wong. We have new artifacts for all the characters. We got a new game mode that actually meshes 2 game modes together, which we'll talk about later on in the Multiverse Invasion. We got new custom gear reforging, which might be good for some players, might not be for some others. We got new future pass, new special icons, which is something I'm definitely interested in myself. We got a new uniform collection, which I don't personally care about, but I know some players might care about that. We got a 7-year anniversary comic card. We'll talk about that in a second, which is actually pretty good. And we actually do have a fairly long maintenance, which is something to note about this update. So it's going to be a little bit before we actually get the update. Now, what is in the update, guys? Well, right, just as I mentioned, we got 4 new uniforms, and we'll start with Doctor Strange. Still a blast, still a superhero, right? And applies itself, increased skill damage by 30%, increased bonus damage by 25%, right? Changed effective skill, Divine Conduit, Master of Mystic Arts, right? And this is pretty awesome. I mean, increased chain hit damage by 22% when attacking. I mean, that's beautiful, guys. And then 100% chance to penetrate with barrier shield, all damage immune effect. I mean, some good penetration in there. That's actually nice. And then it's tier 2 passive. Look at this. Applies to enemies, time freezing for 4 seconds, right? 75% chance when attacking. This isn't going to be good in, like, you know, World Boss Legend, but against, like, maybe in PvP or in regular World Boss Ultimate, it's still pretty awesome. It's not really a big deal, though, because you can time freeze all the time anyways, but still, I mean, for PvP, this might be pretty useful. And then applies to self, 55% increase of energy attack. That's a big buff on top of that 22% chance when attacking that chain hit damage. That is nice, guys. And then he has a decreased basic damage received by 40%, making him a whole lot tankier, which is amazing. And then we got skill 1, we got skill 2. We have a heal on skill 2, right? We also have reflect on skill 2. So, I mean, again, guys, it's always been reflect's it could be a big PvP thing. And then remove all buffs from target, obviously, right? The skill 3, increase all base attack by 60%. That is nice, guys. Oh my God, 60%. And then 55% here. That's 115% attack. Wow. Wow. But he gets accumulation. 1.3% accumulation, guys. Say what? That is amazing. You got 4 seconds of invincibility. So he's got accumulation. He's got all these attack buffs. He's got the 22% chain hit damage. I mean, Doctor Strange is looking like a beast. Like, he's looking like a damn beast. Enhances normal skills within range. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but applies to enemies. And then he has another 60% increase of all attack. I mean, look at these buffs. 60%, 60%, 55%, 22% chance chain hit damage, right? It's just, wow. I'm going to get my words twisted a bit. I mean, he looks godly. Like, Doctor Strange looks insane. But this is where it goes kind of on a downward spiral, my friends. And that's when we start talking about Scarlet Witch. And this is where I'm a little salty. By the way, all these uniforms are 50% off. I know I didn't mention earlier. But she's a universal superhero, which kind of surprised me. But okay, cool. And she now has ignore target every with 25%. Mind damage, decreased damage received by 30%. These are all good things. Her passive, increase all base attack by 25%. 25%? I mean, when you look at Doctor Strange, then you look at this, you're like, what? And then you scroll down to tier 2 passive, 60% chance to penetrate everything. Okay. So maybe some PvP viability right there. Maybe, right? She has a nice increased skill damage, which is, I mean, that's really sweet to see. Effect reactivates in 7 seconds after removal. And then skill 1, she has paralysis. She has the mind resistance down. She's got damage accumulation, but lo and behold, unless this thing actually stacks up, which we don't know. Well, not stacks up, but actually gains more accumulation as you'll maybe hold it, or, well, not really hold it, but whenever you hit it, maybe it'll go up higher. But I'm pretty much betting they're just giving her this 0.4%, which sucks. It really kind of indicates to you that she's not going to be as strong, at least for PvE, as what we'd like her to be. And that is a bummer, guys. And then she has, I mean, doesn't mean she's going to be bad. You never know. We don't know how many hits this uniform's going to give her. We don't know how well it's going to play. How, you know, if you can cancel your skills. I mean, there's a lot of things that come into play as far as characters doing damage. But how many characters do you know in the game that are OP that have 0.4% accumulation? That's kind of where I'm coming from, which is a bummer. She does have a nice heal with a 20% recovery of max HP. The immunity's nice. The force skill gives her, mind control, which is useless against Null and Mephisto and Ultron. And then she has her fifth skill, which does give her invincibility. And yeah, I mean, mind damage by 30%. I mean, she really didn't get much, guys. She really didn't get much of of anything. Like, they didn't really, I mean, I don't know, man. I hope whenever I buy this uniform that I can actually come back around and be like, man, this uniform completely surprised me and it is OP, but I'm not really too impressed. I don't see any ignore iframe on this thing, so it does make you wonder about PvP. It doesn't mean she won't be good in PvP. It's just, OP characters have ignore iframe. And then we get into Wong, who's getting a tier 3. And Wong, changed the effect of all these skills. He's got a critical rate increase, dodge rate increase, which is nice. Decreased bait damage by 30%, which is nice. And then his leadership, 100% chance to become immune to all damage. Applies to mystic allies, so that's something to keep in mind. 25% chance rate when hit. And then, man, look at this. Applies to mystic allies, guys. Superhero faction by 53% and supervillain by 53%. So we already know that Wong is going to be a really great support for your characters with Mystic Allies. That's just, it's awesome. Critical damage increased by 50%. Godly. Kind of indicates maybe a rage. And then increased guaranteed dodge rate by 30%. Increased guaranteed critical rate by 40%, man. So yeah, he's probably going to play really well with the rage. I know that isn't what people want to hear, but I mean, maybe if they ever give us a reforged rage, which they didn't do in this update, maybe it will be awesome. And then we have a counter attack when defending against an enemy attack. Okay. And he's got penetration on this skill, which is nice. He has ignore iframe on this skill. With the decreased damage received, it's and honestly, guys, like if you build a character for PvP, right? Say you got a CTB regeneration on him, the fact that he has all that extra critical damage, right? I mean, that's pretty damn nice, guys. It makes it a lot easier to level up his stats. So we might be looking at a PvP guy here. And then he also has a heal, which is awesome. He also has accumulation, which is nice. I mean, he's got a 1.5% accumulation. I mean, that's just, it's nuts, guys. That is nuts. He's got 1.5%, and Doctor Strange has 1.3%. Interesting that they gave Wong a higher accumulation. Interesting. Okay, native tier 2 character versus a tier 1 character. And then we have the force skill, which gives a nice damage proc by 100%, which is awesome to see. So yeah, and then his fifth skill gives him an increase all base attack by 15%. So he doesn't really have the greatest buffs, but getting that accumulation is nice. 1.5% is very good accumulation, but I'm really thinking he might be just, mainly a PvP guy, but we'll see, guys. I mean, he's also going to be a really damn good support for your Mystic Allies. So he's got a lot of relevance. I think he's going to have quite a bit of relevance for characters. If worse comes to worse, he'll just be a really great support, right? And then we have American Chavez, who is still a combat superhero. And then she has an 40% increase of HP to all allies, which is nice. Decreased damage received from reflected effects by 50%. This applies to all allies. Good for PvP, and I think a lot of people are hoping she's going to be better in PvP. And then her leadership, increased all attack by 30%, dodge rate by 6%. She got guaranteed dodge, guaranteed critical rate, increased target dodge by 30%. She has native super armor, decreased physical damage by 60%. Okay, maybe good against physical characters, although it didn't play too well for the first time, except for maybe an AC. And then we'll scroll down here. She still has ignore iframe. It's on a 7-second cooldown. It's got penetrate everything in it for 6 seconds. It's got a nice attack buff on it. And it also has accumulation on the damn skill. So, I mean, this here could be an OP skill for her. It does suck that last 7 seconds, but honestly, like with her kit, with this 30% recovery heal on her fourth skill, she might be quite good in PvP. Like her and Wong might be really good. We just don't know. And then her fifth skill gives her an increased all attack by 50%, which is really awesome, and critical rate by 30%. Nice. Wong's tier 3 is pretty lackluster. I mean, it's got all penetrate everything, 8% chance. It's got remove all debuff, but really nothing else. Pretty plain Jane. And then we have the amalgamation of the co-op and World Boss Invasion combined into Multiverse Invasion. So this is going to be really cool to see. I'm actually interested about this game mode. Multiverse Invasion is a multi-content where 3 agents cooperate. Each agent can set a character to manipulate and up to 5 support characters before entering the Multiverse Invasion. So for your participating characters, agents may choose the same participating character with other agents, but participating characters cannot be reused until the reset. So once you use these guys, you can't use them again. And then your support characters do not participate in the actual battle, but the buff skills will apply when the support characters are selected. So you'll still get the buffs from your support characters. They're just not going to be used in the actual fight. You're just going to have your main damage dealer, which is going to be your participating character. The type of set buffs will differ based on the growth status of the support characters. Support characters cannot be reused until the reset. So I'm actually really interested in this. It's going to be nice to see something different, honestly, guys. We need a little extra spice. We need another game mode. I don't think this is going to be enough, but it's something, right? It's a step in the right direction. I'm actually really happy to see it. The battle will be held for a maximum of 2 minutes, and the enemy boss cannot be defeated. So and battle points will be accumulated based on damage dealt to the boss during battle. So it's kind of like ABX, actually, where, you know, we have 3 minutes and we're trying to do as much of get as many points as we can to get a certain amount of rewards. And this looks pretty similar to that, in that we're going to have to score a certain amount of points in 2 minutes to get a certain amount of rewards, right? And then your VIP level, if you have shield support, all these things are also going to help as far as getting more rewards. You guys can see the VIP levels on here. You're going to get better rewards the higher your VIP levels. So for those of us that are spenders, you know, obviously we're going to have an advantage, but always had in co-op play. And then the autoplay and auto repeat feature can be used at Multiverse Invasion. Characters with the highest tier and level will be selected in order as participating characters. For characters when selected, auto repeat. So, I mean, yeah, I might be missing some things, guys. I'm kind of glossing over this pretty quick. It's really going to be more interesting just to get down and actually play it. But notice in the co-op play and World Boss Invasion integration, the shield special support benefits for co-op play rewards will be automatically changed so that agents can receive special rewards in the Multiverse Invasion after the update. The crystals used to unlock World Boss Invasion supply chests will be returned to your inbox, 1,000 crystals per slot. If there are World Boss Invasion supply chests that have not been received before the update, substitute rewards will be sent to the inbox based on rank, probability, and quantity. The weekly reward of mission progress will be distributed to the inbox when the clearing World Boss Invasion co-op mission that is in progress at the point of the update at least once. And then you have the challenges, guys. We'll scroll down here. And then we have Reforged CTPs. And yeah, we got Reforged Veteran. CTP that most players, including yours truly, whales or not, don't have. So when I look at this, I just think it's pretty much useless for most players. I mean, really, Reforged CTPs kind of rub players the wrong way anyways. I don't think as much as they used to. Players are more open to it these days, but a lot of them still prefer not to do it because it's such an expensive cost to Reforged CTPs. And then we have a CTP of patience. I mean, look, guys, I think for maybe like PvP, the fact that this thing can actually gain, like, I mean, if it's a brilliant, right? If it's a brilliant, I mean, you're going to get this reflect, by 90%, decrease damage received from reflected effects by 90%. I mean, that could be very useful for your characters in PvP. Your auto attack increased by 36%. Still, for PvE, both these are completely useless. This one here, honestly, critical damage by 36%, all base stat by 32%. I guess for PvE, this would actually be pretty decent, but again, most people just aren't going to have it, so it's just kind of like, whatever. And this one here, defend creates a barrier that ignores, cancel, and pierce effects up to 10 times. I mean, this is pretty good. I mean, for PvP, this might actually be a decent obelisk. We'll see how it plays out, guys, but I think for most players, they're just not going to care about it. And then we get into the artifacts. Now, Doctor Strange got a pretty interesting artifact. His artifact gives him a 20% chance when time freezing when skill is used, applies itself, a 20.0% total instinct chance to activate this, whatever, can attack enemies with ignore targeting. Okay. So, that could help him as far as PvP, like in his newest uniform, because he does have ignore iframe and like his other like one of his skills in his other uniform, I think skill 1, if I remember correctly, and then can exceed 100% chance, increase all base stat by 24%. People be looking for that for PvE, which it really does look more like a PvE character. And then the 50% chance to dodge all attacks. Again, that'd be good for PvP and even maybe good for survivability, but really, like, it's nothing too OP in my opinion. It's a good artifact, but like I always say, guys, when it comes to artifacts, I just kind of like, you know, when I see these things, I don't really get too excited about them. And then we have Scarlet Witch's artifact, which is pretty awesome. Increased base damage to superheroes and supervillains by 20%. And this is always up, guys. So, yeah, that's a good artifact for her. It is. And then the Last of the Sorcerers applies itself. It gets an increased base stat by 25%. Okay, good for damage. But again, he looks more like a PvP character. But still, getting extra damage is helpful. And then American Chavez. She gets a ignore non-boss enemy damage decrease by 30%. Okay, so I mean, it's going to allow her to do a little bit more damage to certain characters. Okay, it's kind of whatever in my opinion, but I mean, with her kit, she might be, it'll make her a little bit better. And then we have the Future Pass. I'm not going to go into the Future Pass, guys. You know what it is when it comes to these Future Passes, but we do have new icons, which, man, I got to tell you guys, like Scarlet here, well, I can't even bring it up, but Scarlet here, that thing looks freaking sick. She looks gorgeous. I love it. Doctor Strange look pretty cool. Moon Knights look pretty cool. I like Captain America's. We have the uniforms, like whatever. And then we have the new card. Now, this card gives you an all attack by 11% if it's, you know, a quality level 7. And then it gets a recovery rate. I really wish the second option would have been something like physical attack or energy attack. And then for the, you know, one of the star bonuses, it gives you, you know, a choice of energy or physical attack. It would have been better if these would have been on 2 separate ones. So it's not going to be really one of the best cards to have. It's really just going to be for a collector thing. It's still going to be a decent card, but just, it could have been better. It really could have been better. You gain some movement speed. It's kind of whatever. And then other improvements and changes. We have a new Marvel Universe icon here that we can click on. And you can view your custom gear, comic cards, and Xanadu and artifact information in the Marvel Universe. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's nice, you know, to have that little quality of life change for us. And then agents can now move to the artifact management screen of hero when tapping the hero information icon at the exclusive passive skill artifact. All right, nice. And agents can now check the unique instinct of hero and artifact management screen. Okay. You got a new power saving screen that you can use. And then we have game errors and fixes. I'm not going to go into this at all, guys. There was really nothing to see. But it looks like most people are fairly happy with it. I'm seeing 117 likes, 70 dislikes. I mean, that's kind of how I feel. I'm kind of like, you know, like this with it. Like, it's a decent update from what I'm seeing. And I do think that these characters are going to have some relevance for a lot of players in the game. I do think that, I mean, there's some huge, substantial upgrades for him. I really think that Doctor Strange is the one really getting the most love, and it's his movie. So, okay, that's really cool. I feel like they're giving Wanda, just from what I'm looking at, guys. We don't have her in the game yet. We don't have the uniform yet. Just from looking at these skills and these changes, it looks like they just kind of gave her the shaft. I don't really feel like they've done a whole lot for her. That's just how I feel about it. But you never know until you actually play the character. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, and we'll see. But you can bet yours truly, when I play with this character, if she isn't really up to par, I'll definitely call an old Netmarble out. And Wong looks pretty awesome, especially for PvP, and the fact that he's going to be a really good support for your Mystic allies. Remember, keep that in mind that he is going to be a speed superhero, and, you know, other Mystic allies are going to be, you know, universal, or they're going to be blast. So you might not be able to use him in certain game mode, like there's going to be certain restrictions applied against Null and Mephisto. So yeah, that's kind of a thing that's going to suck. I mean, stage 1 to 9 is going to be nothing, but I mean, for a lot of players, you know, if they're looking for new supports, they might be looking for a support to go above and beyond. But I mean, we'll see, guys. We'll see, you know, how that's going to work out. But I mean, all in all, it looks like a decent update. It's not perfect. I'm interested to check out the Multiverse of Madness or the Multiverse Invasion game mode. I really want to check that out. Doctor Strange looks absolutely insane. Chavez looks like she's going to be a PvP girl. Wong looks like PvP/support. Maybe really good damage. We'll see. And Scarlet looks like, you know, she just got kind of a run-of-the-mill rework. I mean, really, when I look at Scarlet, I mean, she's already got this penetration, guys. I mean, it's like, and I think she already had like increased all attack by 20% here. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. So, guys, let me know what you think about these patch notes. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GNU+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.